Mm-hmm. Hi, Corey. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
So far, so good. After Hector's call, happy to my computer logs in.
Right?
Yeah,
I know. I'm like, okay, I get it's a good thing I made
I
it to
guess.
Friday and I have no HR meeting on my calendar.
Right? My login worked.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
share.
guess that's how all of us have been all week.
I think so too.
Do you know very many people that they let go?
I don't, or at least not yet, because I knew a ton of people who took the retirement, quote unquote volunteer retirement.
Yeah.
Um, that was pretty awkward because I had like one of the teams that I covered before I moved over to gaming in CTO was software quality and training, and they had um, basically of a we had like all my groups monthly touch points, and so
Uh,
they're one out of the directors that were in charge of teams. So there was one, two, three, four, five always on the call, and four announced that in like a week they were taking their retirement. And the one that was left was she was like a director, but the rest were VPs. But my point is like, oh my, what a vacuum. And the assistant who had told me was like, I hope she gets promoted because I want to keep my job. So that was pretty hairy. And this
yeah.
is how about you? Do you have?
Yeah, I had some coworkers that I worked well with that let go. Two other EAs that I worked with. Yeah. I mean, we were good friends and
That's
they helped out a lot, you know.
well. Hopefully, everyone will, especially those not taking the retirement, who were lucky enough to take the retirement option, will find jobs quick. To say the obvious thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, I hope so. So real quick, you and I will probably do probably a monthly scene. Yeah,
Perfect.
a monthly scene. This is what Nick and I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I did a lot of training with him, but it was more a ton of mechanical, like what he did, and um, he had as part of this, just letting me know, the groups to consolidate, and which who to send the reports to, and I actually had know of Sean through his services group with Kim Cole with and Mike Willis's org. So that's the group that I came from, but I not SG&A. folks. But that's it's helpful to know because I not all the business people that business leaders that got back to me and wanted to schedule calls. So it's good to know who does and who doesn't. Which is fine. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying I don't want to schedule things if they don't want it.
Right. Usually I do the calls, I'll do the calls with you unless Sean says otherwise.
Okay.
But I try to take it off his plate, and then if there's any questions, then I'll ask you and CC him, or of course if he has questions, he will let us both know.
Yep.
He's pretty good at it.
What'd you say? He's good at it?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
very
I
good at it.
thought I was gonna laugh. I thought you said he's bad at it.
No, he's very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he likes to know what's going on with his department. And but like I said, I try to take this off his plate.
Sure.
So I try to look at everything. And do you put the details on here?
So
hold on, let me.
Share your screen? Or
No,
okay.
I'm gonna go to OpX that Nick would send to me.
This should be the same level, but I'm absolutely. Some of this I can even adjust on the fly with you right now, but take a look because I think the only thing that I changed a little bit, although, is we had the actuals, and then for the month that we're in, the forecast. So right now there's a subtotal, like the subtotal that's in the system is going to be the subtotal of the forecasted Q1, which after a month or two is obvious, there's a variance there. So
I'll send you this right now. I'll show you what.
Are you emailing or messaging?
Yeah, I'm emailing it to you.
Mm-hmm.
FYI. So this is what Nick would send to me, and Sean, and Jeremy, and Matt Hugh. So he would include Jeremy and Matt Hugh because these are their cost centers too.
Oh, that's good to know because I didn't get.
That are Sean's team. So I just sent you that. So that's basically what they would send. So that way Matt Hugh and Jeremy can take a look at their cost center because they're under Sean and see what's going on.
I've unshared to see that email. Okay. So so you want to see the July travel?
No, I sent that to you as an example.
Oh, I
see. That's what Nick would send to us. See the details.
SAP data.
Tabs. See all the different tabs.
Oh, I see.
If you open up.
Yeah, here I'll share my screen again.
If you open up Systems OpX,
yep,
you'll see the different tabs.
Let's see. System. Right, I see. Oh, this helps.
See all the different tabs.
Yep.
So that's basically what Nick would send out to us every month.
Yep.
And he would add Matt Hugh and Jeremy Moore and Kurt and Sean and I.
And are they here actually? So for obviously I see Matt. Okay, so Sean, right? So what's the So I'm trying to see so Sean's the SG&A. So I see. So this is the services side of it. Is that actually, why don't I? My computer's painfully slow. I pause this in advance. Let me look at. So I do think I had. So good. This is so helpful because this is all I need. So the systems total. So consolidated service and SG&A. So that should be
Like I said, this is what
521.
Nick would send to us.
Yep.
And then that way, I can look at all the tabs and see what's going on. And then Jeremy and Matt have any questions about their cost center, they could see what's going on.
Sure.
And that's majority of all of our golf tournaments
Yep.
he put in there for us.
Yeah, and that's no problem because that's all coming from. Okay. Well, let me just say if it's a problem, I'll reach out. But I'll definitely look at this. So this is for operate. Oh, outside services. Gotcha.
Yeah, and I know Sean had a question on. Go back to his email.
Now, what about? So you didn't get. You haven't gotten one since July, or is it just the easiest one you found? Which no wrong answer. I'm just because I see this as actuals through July.
Well, that was an easy one that I just clicked on.
That's fine. No worries.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, this does.
Yeah, he didn't.
Let's see.
It looks like the last one he sent was July of 2025.
Okay, so this is.
And I kept asking him, but with the changes and with the company and with the department, with everything,
Yeah.
he said you guys were working on it.
Let's see. Yeah, and I got traded to this team about a month and a half ago without knowing. It was an interesting experience. So the only difference I'll say with my reports, assuming so the detail itself, as you can see, like incentive, and I can subtotal it, but it's the same detail. Actually, I have. So if you unhide these, I have the year before and the current year, and then the budget. So for actuals, let's see how I did. So for an SG&A, for January, so looks like mine includes, unless this is, no, this is SG&A. That's this one cost center. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think mine includes everything. But this is how I can send it to you. It's the same thing. I can subtotal it like he did if it's easier for you to look. But I'm guessing if it didn't come since July, you guys are open. But the idea would be, if you notice the way I wrote this report in BPC, it excludes anything that's zero.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that and the reports. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus the 20. But that's just a setting, and then and I certainly the chargebacks are there. and the depreciation. Now, let's see. Besides, I can easily set this up to run these separately. I can do this so it all automatically updates in the same way, and well, obviously. Uh, the OS detail is easy to pick out, or at least if I have any problems. So let me see. So outside services.
And real quick, what was, Sean was curious to know more about the AWS expense.
Yes. So one of the questions I had for you today, um, you know, sometimes, so when you get, how do you, how does your group approve those AWS licenses? Any of them? Because I'm wondering if these are, so you do have 51,000. Oh, there it is. So you have about 51,000 a quarter, which isn't a small amount of money. But I was wondering if the AWS was in the wrong place. Do you guys have? I see the license and royalties. Um,
I don't know what the AW expense is.
okay, I wonder if it's in the wrong place. Is it, if would you, if things come up, who on your team would approve, like license or do you have any big ticket expenses? Do you have any like vendors? Because
Not that I know of.
okay, then that answers my question because that would be so. I'm gonna look this up. I have a feeling that you can see our forecast was about 17K, which looks right. So your license expense, at least for the actuals or forecast that was in here, was 15K. Um,
Is that AWS? Is that something that, is that a
Amazon.
charge? Right, is that a charge that hits everybody's cost center?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it hit by mistake. Because my thought is, you guys did have $1 million about in actuals last year. So it might be right. No, actually, I'll definitely look into it because I'm going to look into, so it's definitely one I'll find out because I'm suspicious that that's even Sean's. And then, if it is or it isn't, we'll fix it and mark it and note it. And what I do, so each month that we get this, I add notes. This will end up collecting notes. So both here and the year to date. And what I do is I use it as, I'll use this when I meet with financial VPs to understand, if I need to remember what this is or what this isn't. This is kind of my working book.
You're gonna use what? I can't see it that
Oh,
well.
well, so it's in the, thank you. I'm glad I just said that because sometimes I forget everyone's on. Okay. So,
I mean, it's still, yeah, can you,
is it better?
enlarge it for me? One more time.
Sure.
Oh, okay, now I can see it. Now, where's AWS at?
So it's right here.
Oh,
So, that's why unfavorable. I was going to ask you about it, and I think you would have known, you would have, there's no way you wouldn't be aware that AWS is hitting your account. That's why, like, the fact that, that it's news makes me think that these charges, I mean, these look like 17's kind of your run rate because that's probably allocated. So this is a huge number. So what I want to do is validate that and make sure that's moved to the right place. And more importantly, make sure whoever's allocating it, it must be a spreadsheet that you're on that has either too big a percentage, or maybe they knew and they're fixing it in March. Sometimes that happens. Like even some of these negatives are adjustments. Like they screwed something up in accounting, not to pick on them, but it happens. So one of the things, I'll be sending you this each month because I use this to remember the variance explanations as we go through Stephanie and up that chain. And as I send this to you, you'll be able to look back at, if there's a question back in February of what the hell happened, and, in February, it'll be here. So
what do you mean it will be here?
It'll be in this file. It'll be recorded. So it'll end up being a chronicle of the variances. And as I get used to more what should be in here, when shouldn't, like for instance, these big amounts, I will validate, and be able to have this detail in here.
Oh, okay. So the credits
are bad.
You'll be able to put in the comments.
Yep. And I'll do that. I'll certainly, for this first month, I definitely, we'll see with the monthly close and how many resources accounting lost. But I definitely want to make sure that the second quarter is right and adjusted at the last. If not, I can't get it done in March, which I still have weeks left. But the point is like you'll be able to look at these files as I send them to you each month, and be able to find out what is in January, what's in February, and I'll do that. Certainly on the consolidated ones. So even Matt and who is the other? Matt and Mr. Moore. Who's Jeremy and Matt. They'll be able to look through this too if they, and be able to see what the heck happened here and here.
So now you're not able to put in the comments of the credits because you don't know yet?
Right. One of the things that I was looking forward to meeting with you is figuring that out. I mean, I definitely, this one, some of this is timing. Like, I know with marketing, you guys, I mean, you don't have a ton of marketing, but as I get to know your business, some of this is, you can see like, it must have been Nick. Some of this gets flatlined, so they're basically every month is just the same, just to flatline it.
That means everyone's cost center is getting
the same amount each month.
That's the same. They just split it up between all the different cost centers.
Right. And sometimes it's not a problem, as long as the directions we have is the quarters have to be right. Now, it would be great if we knew, but the most important thing is we have enough. So I'm sure what Nick did is whatever the year end is directionally right. But if there is, one of the things that I want to make sure, and I'll note here, like for instance, if this is 78K because you just had something that was in here, 70K higher here, and it won't be here, it will be better in Q4, like it's a timing, like that's the type of comment I'll put in here for anything that's bigger. Or maybe severance, like something like that. Sometimes that type of thing comes in. And
what is the HC
headcount favorable by 1? So that's so down here is the headcount. So for here, the idea is to say that
what's the headcount again?
Headcount is 19. Yep. So no, sorry, it's 18. You had a budget of 19. So regardless of I'm not whatever you guys do with that. The point is like that explains why for a month you guys had more money. You had 19 people's worth of payroll
Oh,
and you only spent 18. So that kind of explains it. I won't look. And sometimes with the foreign, not necessarily you guys, like sometimes in Latin America, for instance, this is an example, sometimes other personnel is severance. So, like, for that, if it was this case, it isn't, but if that was this case, then I could just put in severance and you don't have to worry that you're over or under because comp, it is what it is. I mean, unless there's an issue, but it should kind of make sense. Same thing
and
as if you, what's that?
what about like travel?
Yeah.
Because it looks like we have a credit on all of them right
No,
now.
that's right. So that's bad news. So you overspent. So the
Oh,
negatives are bad news, better or
oh,
worse. And you're right. Now, again, like I look at here for the rest of the year, and I don't see timing applied to any of them. So if you guys have a bigger event, like here, it looks like in February, you guys spent, 60K more than January. Now,
right.
if we
We
know
had an
that,
event, we had an event in February.
that explains it all. So that's an example. Like I'll add this in here. Actually, I do. Whoops.
Yeah, we had a sales kickoff meeting in February and training in February.
And that might be training, might be the outside service or other expenses, but I'll find out. So that helps, and that's kind of one of the value that I hope to get from you on these calls, because then I not only I want to actually make sure I don't forget this. So
I was in like, yeah, sales event 20, yeah.
my computer is lagging to a weird degree. Okay, so anyway, so that helps there, and that'll help when in Q4. One example of the value of this for me, as much as for you, when I have these VARs in each column, is I'll be able to say, hey, we came out ahead, and if that comes up in a question, then it was uneven. One value of this is I might come back for 20. Hopefully, I have a job, so that in 2027, I can time this better.
Yeah,
Or
because we usually have a big sales kickoff meeting every February.
so that's an easy thing that I could have added, and not to knock Nick again, but it's just who
Yeah, so
knows? Maybe
every
I won't be here.
February we have it and everything increases because people are flying.
Yep.
We have hotel, flights, food, so yeah, there's an increase. Um,
And then these
would our,
become
would,
memorials.
would part of that training that we had go
Yep.
under outside services?
Sometimes it's other personnel. That's why I'm going to double check. But my guess is outside services. But I'm gonna
Because
look into that.
we had a consultant come in and do training for our sales team. So I'm guessing that's outside services. I don't know. That goes through accounts payable.
Yeah.
Right, when they pay him.
Yes, I mean that's my expectation. I would still look at the detail just so I know, but and
What is communications?
cell
do we-
phones
Oh, that's our cell phone?
essentially. So that would make sense that it's bigger. Did you guys do something well, sometimes it's just contracts, honestly. It is different. In some groups, though, it is relevant to a business operation. But honestly, I think in this case, it was just
So,
timing of an invoice. But this might be something as I get to know you guys and know, if there's nothing spent in marketing and it's you guys, I'll be like, is that right?
well,
Because
did it go down because of some of the people that we lost?
maybe, but it's weird that it's zero, but it's not like crazy.
I'm looking at communication.
Oh, for communications?
Yeah.
Good question. I mean, if we look at that, I can definitely, that's something, after I get a handle of the bigger ones, especially just confirming that. And the only thing that we have zero control over, besides the payroll, but obviously I'll look into anything that we see that looks fishy, but payroll, occupancy, and then what I have down here, this is just the operation expenses of it. So you have really kind of stuff, quote unquote, that you can control. And then this is subtotal of that. And then you have chargebacks and depreciation, and depending on that number. So this should be the same. I can break this out more, but this is kind of as things.
What is occupancy?
It's the facilities costs. Anybody that's in the allocation for your buildings, supplies, and things like that.
Oh, so that hits everybody's cost.
Everybody. Yep.
And then, what's vehicles? Is that
Car cost.
The car cost for everybody?
Yeah. Well, anyone, it should be in travel if someone just expensed a car. But if someone, like if Sean has a car allowance, like it would go in there. But that's allocated from corporate. If something came up that was higher than, actually there's nothing in the budget. So if that doesn't sometimes this gets reversed out. Like we'll notice something and then they'll correct it. If this, gets to 3,000 or 4,000 and it's Q2, I'll just make sure that it's not. Because honestly, my concern is, do we need it for 2027? If not, great. If it is, then we just missed it. So be it. Same with postage is another one that's sometimes relied. Sometimes is the the events outside, so the OS, or tied to marketing. I mean, it's not very material here. It 30K isn't nothing. So besides looking at the AWS, which is obviously that'll be the first thing I do, and then just confirm some of these other ones, especially these two. Although, actually, I think you helped with that one, but I'll just confirm that's services, and I'll split it up into Matt. Oh, there it is. And I easily can. So the way I wrote this in a way is I can easily do that. Now, if you have a question on an employee, or if I need to keep an eye out that, say there's a department moving in, so this 19 is going to be 30, but we're not sure about, like anything like that, if you give me a heads up, I can follow up and make sure the reporting makes sense.
Heads up what again?
So like if you guys have another team coming over and joining Sean's group, like with the reorg, well, that's good news, because that's always that's good news for me.
I know he took on like Heron and Alex, but they're in another country, and same with Amia. I think they're, but it's all in another country.
Okay, well, let me know if it's something that he wants tracked. Because if it's in VPC, if it's in the system, I have it. It's just, with the
Well,
org.
do you have a list of everyone that's
The
in
19?
Sean's org?
Yep. I can easily add that and add it as a page.
Yeah, I think, let me go back.
I wonder if that might be worth to not. Let's see. I mean, that's, that's something I can put in. I know for the services group, I think Sean, maybe not, but
Yeah, so this is only a little bit, hold on. And I know Nick would send us a travel one, which I think I sent, if that one is on the attachment that I sent you.
Yep. Yes, I
like
saw that.
Yeah, I like to look at that one too to make sure that we have the right people under his cost center that are traveling.
Let me grab.
And then,
You guys have been flying a little blind. But yeah, I can add this as a tab too. And then, because this I can tell right away, it's just a spit out of SAP.
maybe see something.
If you're used to this is even easier.
Yeah. So I don't know if he would send me. I think sometimes he would send me everybody that was under these cost centers, their names.
That's easy to do. I mean, I do that for Sean. I do that for the Mike Willis's area, but that's just running another report, and I can add it as a tab. Yeah.
I think that helps.
Yeah, why not? Of course. So I'll split up the data as we see this. I'm going to find out what that license is, but I was going to do that anyway. Excuse me. I'll split out these the way I'll mimic as far as the splits, and add travel and headcount roster.
Okay.
So you gave me some work, which is fine.
Yeah, like I said, how Nick did it, it helped out a lot.
Yeah, of course. You need data.
Yeah, so when I would look at it, and then or if Sean looked at it and he had any questions. And then I like to look at the travel to make sure. Well, I know, didn't they reduce our budget for travel?
You guys, I think so, just because that was something we did everywhere, but I wasn't on the side of the building. But I think with travel, I mean, you had, see, I don't know if it was reduced in the budget, because it looks like your forecast of it may have been reduced. Here, I'm sharing this again, because I see you have, so there's 1.5 in the budget, And
Right, we're
so
on
far,
no, right,
sorry, so this cell that I'm in right now.
yeah,
Now, if the cut, if any cut, happened after the budget and you had kind of a number that you had to look at was different. So this means that it was done at a time where the forecast was updated, which is helpful because you don't have to subtract this number with 20%.
mm,
You know? So the 1.5, which is, it looks like 1.7. I mean, that's almost 20%, right? Or 10% or something like that. So maybe that's, but we'll know more as we go. But again, I think you getting visibility, monthly visibility to this.
or it says actual 2025,
Yep.
for example, the travel 1.7, is that what we spent?
Yes. For 25.
And then for 25. And then our forecast
Which-
2026,
Yep.
that's what we're allotted now, correct?
Yes. Exactly. Which sounds like
Okay.
it's a 10% cut, but I don't.
Right.
I just know the numbers. I don't know the. I'm
Um,
too new here. I will. I'll be able to let you know, but right now I'm just making the numbers tie. But yeah, that's so right now you have in your forecast.
I think Nick told me that everyone's travel was getting reduced by 20%.
Makes sense. I mean that
But I think with some of the people that took the VSP,
Yeah.
that will
Yeah.
lower our travel.
that'll help cover it because it's we don't we. I mean, yeah, you're right.
So can you scoot over again so I could see the actual
For 25.
in 2020, 25?
Whoops. It's 200 less.
Well, it looks like payroll went down went down a lot. Well, not too much.
Right.
What's other personnel again?
Um,
I mean,
I think so. I think it's training, or, but I'll have to look at the details, which I will. But it's training, sometimes retention, sometimes in there, severance is sometimes in there. But with the U.S. areas, it's usually in the payroll and benefits. But I'll know. I'll be able to look and make a note on here.
oh, okay. And then outside services, that got cut a
Mhm.
lot. Travel,
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, the only travel marketing looks like it got cut. So, and see, and this is, I'm gonna double check on this license because
On what, licensing?
yeah, I'll definitely do a deep
Oh,
dive in that for next time.
AWS.
Yeah. Because you had more in it for last year, but again, that just might be what the business was allocating. But I need to know.
Okay.
So I'll get to work
And then when do you send this out usually?
right after, like, so like March is like within 2 weeks of April. It depends. Sometimes the close like on a quarter, but usually it's. I know with like the email that I bet it's pretty close. First week, yeah. So this makes sense. So a couple weeks after the calendar month, because the first week of the next calendar month is all the close. and then the numbers still are kind of can be adjusted. So within the 2 weeks, but it'll be regularly.
Right.
Regularly.
And then you're on the East Coast?
I am. I'm in Boston, or Providence.
Okay.
The Providence office, but I'm pretty close.
Yeah. And then you report to Kurt?
Today. I worked with Paul Dillon for a long time, and I don't know if you know Paul, but then basically when the Center of Excellence and Brennan Price's group, they moved that over to Stephanie Barrett, so I now work kind of through that chain. But I've always liked this. I like the partnerships.
So you report to Kurt, and then Kurt reports up to Stephanie.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because Kurt, I think, is in our office. He doesn't sit that far from me.
I believe it.
And
Now he's on vacation. He's in.
Yeah, and Stephanie, like, her office is right behind me.
I believe it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So, okay, we'll wait for this next one to come out.
Yeah, I'll probably do this one again just to get the structure, because that'll make like March easier to run if I set it up. So I might send this out to you again, but at the latest I'll send the March one. But the next one I send will definitely have those changes.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too.
All
Okay.
right. Bye.
Bye.